Welcome to this channel. This channel is for education and culture based on historical and scientific evidence. So in the past few weeks, I have shared many details to show that the Wing Chun four sets of today, meaning the 小念頭尋橋標誌 and the wooden dummy, is not be able to fully support the combat situations, be it in 170 years ago or in today's world. Now, due to I share so many details, many of our Wing Chun friends who watch my video really feel that they are lost. They don't understand what I'm presenting. So some of our friends asking me to elaborate, to share more on why is this four sets doesn't work in today's world or in a comprehensive fighting situations. So today I'd like to share with you really simple why this thing doesn't work. So first you look at the 小念頭 set, which is designed or developed in 1870s. Disregard of lineage, disregard of how they stand their stance, what you see is typical like this, and you do say a chain punch this way. Now what I want you to look at is this thing between this elbow here to this elbow, hip here to hip here, and knee here to knee here. So what you can see is you can see a rectangular. And this rectangular is hold on there while you are doing your strike, your techniques. And then in your Chamkyu set, the same rectangular, not moving, you hold this rectangular, then you start to do the turning. Well, this rectangular is a problem, a disaster in the real life. Why? Because in human, one need to handle this hip here, the joint here, the shoulder blade here, and shoulder blade here, like a four-wheel of your four-wheel drive with your spine, like your transmissions. So one cannot hold the entire thing down to the knee like a rectangular. Okay, one need the four wheel, the hips, the shoulder, the hips, to perform like this way. You see this way? It go up and down, and then the shoulder go up and down. You need that, or else it is like today's the Wing Chun four sets. It is based on this rectangular. It means that the body is not going to be able to support the strength you need or the momentum you need. Now, let's look into example. Say this is my opponent's body. I purposely choose a wall so it's a solid thing. This is my body. So this is my hand. I can punch him. He can punch me. He can do all kind of stuff with me. If my body is rectangular or turning like that without being able to handle this hip joints and shoulder joints adaptively based on the situation like a four-wheel drive, what I'm going to get is I'm going to get a direct one direction pushing. Okay? And if it get to this close, then I will not be able to handle my body. because when it get this close, this rectangular is actually it latch out, it not let me to be able to move it. So even I want to turn, I'm going to end up get pushed up at here. Unless I'm 500 pounds, you are 100 pounds. So I just go push you because I'm bigger and so forth. In the real life, this is a disadvantage. This is a problem. So if this joint can go rotate all this like a four-wheel drive at this situations, for example, his body and body, I get close. Now you see my force, my strength is not this rectangular pushing forward anymore or turning like this, try to push this. It's not. I'm going in like that, where my strength actually, based on this handling of this, actually I'm going strength this way. He's going to change like the wall. I'm going to go now, just move a little bit. I'm going that way. I can get really close and going that way. Now he change, I'm going to change. I'm going to change. So with this four wheel which is alive, I can fight in this distance. I can go in this distance. I can go all around it. In the ancient, the plum flower, it means that this is the middle of the plum flower. And then the four petal or the four leaf of the four piece of the flower is 1, 2, 3, 4. That means I be able to deal with all this in different angles. So you have a flower where in the middle, the middle piece of the flower, and then you have 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, meaning that I be able to deal with this in any of that 360 directions and the different distance. I can control this distance. Okay? Now, not to mention that when if I getting really close, say he shoot me, he strike me, I can go in with this. Okay? You see his body already. And then I can go using my elbow to just pressurize him. You look at this leg and this is torquing him at this close. Okay? Another thing is at this range, I stood in, say if I grab him, this leg go in behind there, use my butt, I'm going to throw him. Okay? So, if you are keeping doing something like that, based on something like that, you are not going to be able to do what I'm just showing you. This is just a very basic hip handling, shoulder handling, so that I be able to handle the distance, close or distance, angle, keeping changing, using my butt, using my shoulder, using my arm, my elbow, so the entire body be able to use. You look at even like the wooden dummy sets. It's try to pulling somebody's neck standing this far away at the beginning. Move. Well, it's not going to work in the real life. In the real life, it's going to go in and throw him. Like an ogoshi in judo, is not going to pull people this way to you, towards you. Okay? So this is what it is. Just the physical I have shared with you. Mechanically, it doesn't work for those kind of training to face the real world. It's very limited, okay? See, I didn't even talk about the breathing, the intra-abdominal pressure, the gene, the momentum. I didn't even talk about that. I just talk about basic mechanics. So this is what I like to share with everybody. You need to face this. There's no sentimental on who is my grandmaster, who is my lineage, who is the king of Wing Chun, what type of chi internal. Unless you be able to have your body handle with this, you cannot play.